So yesterday, members from 3 different House committees heard testimony from a former Donald Trump aide by the name of Fiona Hill, who happens to be the former senior director for European and Russian affairs. And during her testimony, Ms. Hill said that John Bolton, Donald Trump's former national security advisor, John Bolton of all people, was terrified and angry about the administration's attempts to get the Ukraine to manufacture dirt on Democratic opponents of the president. Now, here's what's very interesting about this, and we'll get into the details in just a moment. But John Bolton, the horrible guy who never should have been a part of this administration, the guy who desperately wanted to bomb Venezuela, wanted to bomb Iran, wanted to bomb anybody he could get his hands on, is now suddenly emerging as the hero in this story. That is a twist that I don't think many people at all saw coming. But I also think that his desperate desire to start all those endless wars, which was not granted by this administration, I think that is probably what was pissing John Bolton off more than anything, and that's why he decided to push back against the administration on this particular issue. So here's what Ms. Hill told us. Ms. Hill told us that on several different occasions, Bolton got into confrontations with Gordon Sondland, the ambassador who resigned last week, or 2 weeks ago, and it was over the fact that Sondland was working with Giuliani and, according to the testimony, Mick Mulvaney, who's currently Donald Trump's chief of staff, on working with the Ukraine to, again, manufacture dirt on Joe Biden and other Democrats. Now, here is what, according to Ms. Hill, John Bolton said with regards to those actions. Bolton said, quote, "I am not part of whatever drug deal Sondland and Mulvaney are cooking up. Giuliani's a hand grenade who's going to blow everybody up." Now, 2 separate quotes. That's not just one weird run-on sentence. But that's how Bolton, according to Hill, described the situation inside the White House. Now, by drug deal, he doesn't mean an actual drug deal. I think. I don't think Sondland and Mulvaney were over there trying to score some crack, but what he's saying is that it's an illegal operation. Something being done underneath the radar, without the approval of the rest of the administration. They've gone rogue, is what she testified basically, and they're doing this on their own in an illegal way. That is what he meant by drug deal. Giuliani being a hand grenade, yeah, he's 100% right about that. Giuliani is going to blow everything up, blow everyone up, and Giuliani is blowing everyone up. He is now the subject of a criminal investigation. He is, while also representing the president, taking down the president. So it's a really weird, awkward situation at the moment. But the bottom line is this. We now have this testimony. John Bolton is going to be called to testify because he has now been implicated, not as somebody who was working with them, but somebody who was actively working against them. He told Hill, the woman who testified yesterday, that she had to go and tell National Security Council lawyers about what was happening because it was so threatening to this administration, because it was so obviously illegal. John Bolton knows a lot. John Bolton knows what was going on, possibly even more than these aides and whistleblowers who have already come forward. And John Bolton's got a bit of an axe to grind with this administration because, after all, they didn't grant his wishes for endless war. So this story is just now really starting to get interesting. And by the end of it, we're probably going to learn a lot more than we ever thought possible. One of today's video sponsors is NewsVoice. Now, in the United States, 9 out of 10 news stories are controlled by just 5 corporations. Unbiased news with different perspectives is very difficult to find, and that's where NewsVoice comes in. NewsVoice cultivates news from all over the internet, from American sources, from international sources, and it puts them right there for everyone to see. The sources are clearly marked. The political bias is out the window. They have summaries written by a team of editors and journalists to let you know exactly what to look for. And right now, if you go to newsvoice.com/ring, sign up and use this. It is an incredibly valuable resource for people interested in keeping up with the unbiased news of the day to understand what's really happening in this world. News Voice is a site that I have started going to regularly. I love the sources. I love the fact that they label everything clearly. And even better than that is that once you get into a story, if it's something you like, if it's something you're interested, or if you want to know more information about it, they have additional sources ready to go. They also have a phenomenal feature where you can basically create your own version of Spotify meets Audible, and they will read you the news stories from your feed. Personalize it, tailor it to yourself, whatever you want to do. With News Voice, you get the hottest trending news with unbiased summaries written by the vetted moderators. It's quick, it's effortless, best way to find the stories that grab your interest. You can dive, as I said, as deep as you want into any of these stories, which for me personally, that is a huge selling point because one source is typically, for our profession, never enough to get the full story. So again, newsvoice.com/ring. Sign up today.